Hello everyone, welcome back to the OTB Open sponsored by Innova. This is round 2 front 9 coverage of the Chase card made possible thanks to OTB Discs. My name is Missy Gannon.
I'm Greg Sloan, but you can call me the Fish.
And we are back here at Swenson Park Golf Course with a great card of women in Kona Panis. We've got myself, Missy Gannon, Zoe AnDyke, and Erika Stinchcomb. It's going to be a great card, great vibes, and it was just a great day all around.
I felt super fortunate being here on Catch Cam for this round, getting to watch you ladies throw. Really a pleasure.
Yeah, and we're back here on hole 1, 776 feet, par 5. Again, just a couple of ways to attack this. I think you'll see a good amount of hyzer throwers on this card, so we're all just trying to pump one out there, get close to that green, and then have a nice open shot for our second shot. And honestly, we could see some eagles on this hole for sure, but I think a lot of us are trying to walk away with that birdie.
A good opening hole. Get a couple nice throws in. You have to avoid these trees on your window here initially, but lots of room to work with for the most part. Going off of the stage, Zoe is up first.
Yeah, you can see the scores there. Myself and Zoe at 1 down, and Kona and Erika just 1 behind us. So tight scores. It's gonna be a fun round.
And Zoe leans into one. Nice rip, putting her out. Perfect position right in front of the golf green.
Oh yeah, she's a self-proclaimed hyzer bomber, so she loves throwing those hyzer shots.
And there you are, stepping up, tee off second here.
Yep, trying to match that shot. Just get out into the open as far as possible.
Everyone in this card goes hyzer off this initial drive. As promised.
Yep, I corrected from yesterday where I threw it a little low. I got a little more height on this and
rode the wind a little bit in. You're a little bit farther than Zoe there.
California, Kona Panis.
Next up, we have Miss Kona Panis.
One of the longest throwers on this card and in our division. So
she was definitely flexing some D during this round.
Yeah, she's got great angle control and lots of power.
And there we see that nice smooth form, flexing just slightly and pushing up that right side.
From Missoula, Montana, Erika
All the players in a pretty similar area so far with the drive.
Yeah. Erika, also a predominantly backhand player, but she's got a lot of distance, and she's even got a kind of a unique air bouncy throw to her style. So, it's really fun to see how her discs fly.
All right, she's a little more left than the rest of the group. You're actually up first.
Yeah, I think a lot of us we were all like in the same,
cluster of frisbees there.
just kind
You're
of
right
all in
next
a
to
line.
Zoe.
Yeah.
There's
So
Erika next.
yeah, just again throwing a similar shot up that middle gap there.
Again, opting to go right side. Have to deal with those trees guarding the green a little bit on the third shot, but still should be navigable for a birdie look. Kona. Again, nice and smooth.
Yeah, going straight at the pin there, just trying to get as much distance as possible, and she's definitely the farthest down there so far.
Right in the heart of that landing zone. Zoe following suit.
Yep, going around that little middle tree and right into the
She might give
sweet
herself
spot.
a little flexibility, more flexibility on that left shot. Good positioning there. Erika testing the ceiling of the trees, and I think she caught a little flack.
Yeah, just a little bit. She dropped, I think, outside the circle. I've got this shot again. I'm trying to make a correction from the
Similar
day
to
before.
day one.
Yep.
And put that up pin high.
Yeah, definitely happier with that result.
We've already made a couple adjustments off of round 1 in the positive way. Zoe, so smooth.
Easy breezy.
She's parked. Let's see if Kona can do the same.
Yeah, this is her third shot. You could see how far she got up there. So she was able to just pitch a nice little chip forehand.
Nice way to start off the second day of the tournament.
Ooh.
A lot of movement on that putt. can't find chains.
Yeah, great height, and yeah, she almost got it in there, but easy par for Erika.
You are. Yep, picking up right where you were yesterday in round 1 with a nice solid putt to get things started. Kona looking for her birdie. And it just trickles off the cage a little left and unfortunately out. So she'll have a par. There's a par 5 to start things off. Hole 18, also a par 5.
Zoe making good on that birdie.
Making it look easy there.
Yeah.
From the Uplay ambassador herself, Zoe AnDyke. She's the queen of Uplay.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
not an ambassador.
Oh,
She recruits ambassadors. All right, and here's Kona. She's frustrated with that after really great approach to the basket. Just a little bit of a misstep on the green.
Yeah, but we're into hole 2, 344 feet, par 3. There is OB on the left side with that golf green up sort of near this tree, and a couple different ways to approach this hole. We are some of us will be throwing that left side sort of anhyzer. There is maybe even a low gap, which I believe Zoe was going for here, just trying to punch one straight, as straight as possible, but does catch that tree a little bit.
I think Erika might go a little directly at the basket. You're flexing that Annie line again, overstable disc.
Yeah, a little bit too nose up, didn't commit, and it actually there was a tailwind. I thought it was a headwind. I just completely misread.
And it ended up on the OB golf green.
Yes.
Kona making an adjustment. Moving her side a little bit. I think she's okay.
Yeah, I think she was just trying to
We're
get a
trying
little
to put a
body
little body
English.
English on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
All right, here's Erika. Yeah, she's lining up this more direct
Yeah.
power hyzer, which we didn't see a lot of.
No, it's definitely low ceiling, and if you hang it a little bit too straight, it does have the potential to go long into that OB pond. So she does, play it pretty well. It does kind of get hung up a little short, but she should be okay.
I think Zoe caught a tree on her drive, so she ended up with a longer second shot, which she would have liked to be a little closer to the basket after that.
So I'm just forced to pitch up from the OB stroke. So I know I'm losing a stroke.
The spotter
here.
had it marked, so you play from where it exited, and that's where we are. Erika playing up for her
Par.
relatively par there. Zoe looking for par inside the circle.
Yeah, big tester putt for par.
Ooh, and she
That feels
just slides
good.
it right in there.
It feels good.
Great putt. Thanks to chains.
Yeah, to let one drop that far this early is always a good confidence booster.
She put it in the right place. Ooh, maybe a little bit of a rush putt there from Erika, and she'll have a longer comebacker after the roll away.
Yep, you just got to reset, and she gets it in.
She finds her focus there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously disappointed, but she's able to
Didn't want the bogey.
make that comebacker. I'm also a bit disappointed, but kind of obliterated that birdie I just got, so that's fine. I'm back to even.
And Kona's in for her par.
Hole 3, 619 feet, par 4. OB pond right off the tee. Tiny bit of a low ceiling, but for the most part, we're just trying to push this fairway as straight as possible and leave ourselves with the least amount of obstruction to get to the other side of this fairway that is separated by an OB, river road that we call it. So you got to clear this road.
Really fun hole. Makes you think on all 3 shots.
Yeah, and then the OB green right to the left of the basket, and the basket sits on this little hillside. So got to control your angles and control your speed.
If this hole doesn't have it, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a great golf hole.
Okay, so carrying the water here easily, and getting into that landing zone, which we see a lot of players aiming for just to the left of that golf green.
Yeah, and
Kona testing that distance and power a little straighter. She'll be in a good position there.
yeah, if you can kind of get it to that shady area, you kind of got to the spot that you're looking for.
As we mentioned in yesterday's coverage, you want to avoid this right side being too far right, not only because of the golf green, but there are some trees which will obscure your path to the basket and even a maintenance shed to the farther right, so you want to keep this drive left. Erika with a nice snap. She's testing the green here.
Yeah, definitely going straight towards the green, but
wow.
yeah,
It's about as good as it
checks up
gets.
short. Yeah, she's
Sure, maybe a bead of sweat forms,
yeah.
but
She will have probably an interesting angle to the basket just because of those huge trees.
yeah, might be a large willow there, but it definitely makes it tricky to get around that corner. So Kona's gonna avoid that with a low mid-range shot.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell if she was attacking the green or if she was
And she
planning to lay up.
And she avoids the OB green and finds an inbounds area, which is a narrow stretch of grass there. So she's got to be happy about that.
Ugh.
Oh, no.
I was in the best position I was in, even since practice. And so I was attacking the screen. It's a great birdie. It's a really hard birdie, but just hung it in too early and went OB.
And Erika finds the similar well cover as Ellen did in the first round, and she keeps it in bounds there. So she'll have a look for 3.
So I did not make it past the OB road here, so I'm forced to try to get something nice and close and just walk away with a bogey at most.
So trying to take the aggressive line, caught that tree we were talking about, and it just pushed you down into that road.
Yeah, and this roped area and this cart path are not OB on this hole. It's just the golf green and then the teeing area that's a bit behind where Kona is. So she was pretty well safe. It's just like a funny little spot that she found.
Yeah, that was confusing where you have concrete there, but not out of bounds concrete.
Zoe giving it a great bid from circle 2.
Erika for her 3. Ooh. Just
Another
over the
solid
top of the
bid.
basket.
Yeah. So just grab her par.
All right.
There we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, so some looks for birdie, but they'll be tapping in all of their pars, and I will be taking the lone bogey, but it's okay. I got to shake off those last 2 bogeys and start dialing it in. And hopefully hole 4 is where it will happen.
All right, hole 4, our second par 5 of the round.
862 feet. There is a Mando on the left, way over to the left. It doesn't really come into play, but, makes you think a little bit. And so we're trying to land like right here off the tee. Something that's going to hold pretty straight from the tee and get you in the open to set yourself up for another pretty straight with a slight left fade to it. And maybe even having a chance for an eagle. But I think, again, it's going to take 3 good shots to get yourself right under the basket and hopefully walk away with a nice, easy birdie.
All right, Zoe leading things off here on hole 4. Wait to the first tree on the right. She's short of that second tree, which marks the kind of landing area. I think you're all trying to reach Kona, trying to get her drive pushing up.
Yep, a little hyzer flip, gets a little bit of flex to the
Slow,
right.
But she's going to get some nice skip here at the end, and it's plenty of power to extend into that landing area. Great drive.
Yep.
All right. Erika wants to do something similar to that. Nice release.
Yep, it's hyzering early, but she should be right in front of that big tree and off to the left. Still clear of the Mando, so she's, looking at another hyzer shot from there. And I am also just trying to go straight up the middle, hyzer flip, just barely get over that little stump in the middle, but
You're about tree high, but today you don't have anything to interfere with your shot. So
I was just happy not to be on that tree the day before.
All right, nice and clear there to the second landing area. Kona, again, trying to bite off as much distance as she can.
She's worried this is leaking to the right. There is
needs
OB
to get stable
all along the right side, and it does. So
it actually bounces off the OB marker pole and stays in bounds. It was unbelievable. Maybe a little bit of luck, but that's golf, folks.
She was definitely going for the green on that one. I did actually ask her if she tries to play this
there
for
you
eagle.
See the stake.
Yeah.
The safety stake.
And she did. She said that
wow, what a great bid from Kona there.
Yeah. She said she knows she can get there in 2, and she was trying to give it a go.
Zoe with a soft approach. She'll tap that in for a 4.
Yeah, I threw up a nice little chip shot. Did leak a little left, but just inside the circle, and I'm feeling good to make a connection from that distance.
Great putt. And Kona is in. She gets her birdie. Erika next.
Just tapping in for her par.
And in here comes Zoe. And she'll have an easy par. All right. So the card gains a couple strokes from the hole there.
Yeah, and then we're walking into hole 5, 321 feet, par 3. The drone is sort of flying through this right gap, which it is sort of a low ceiling hyzer shot.
I saw Kat throw this a couple times, but
Yeah.
it takes a lot of power to get to that hyzer line.
Definitely, and you're definitely, kind of banking on some skip to the left. Traditionally, you'll see the women go up the middle on a little bit of a flex line to get the most distance and set yourself up for the birdie look. Kona a little low, but she's in circle 2, pretty wide open. I'm trying to make a correction from yesterday.
Missed that tree.
I did miss the tree, but then I hit one of those willows. It was just a little high out of the hands.
Again, this is how the golf green or how the golf course uses what elements it has. We're golf course adjacent here, using the wooded elements just off the fairways of the ball golf to shape these disc golf holes. Erika slicing that line.
Yeah, she had that line just
Boom.
dialed.
Pin high. That's a great birdie look. Let's see, Zoe.
Easy approach from there.
Some trees to deal with.
I can't see the basket at all, but I'm gonna give it a run because I'm close enough. But
A half bid.
yeah, I'll settle for a par.
All right, Kona looking to get a stroke here.
In circle 2's got a bit of a tailwind. Got to put it up high.
And it's a little left and low.
All right, come on, Erika.
Boom.
Yeah,
High in the chains, but right in the basket. That's what we like.
that feels good.
Great putt.
This is a good birdie to get.
And you tap in your easy par there.
Yeah, the rest of us will do that and head into another birdieable hole, and hopefully we can make good on that.
All right, jumping to hole 6. This is, again, one of these holes where several lines are an option. You can go straight, sort of a flat, stable shot, or you can put it out left with your flick line, as we saw Jessica Weiss and Ellen Winvoon do on the first day. Erika's going right up the gut.
Yeah, this is definitely makes the hole more wooded, but it's
Shorter, definitely.
it's the direct line to the basket. Just got to miss some trees.
And the kind of fun thing about this shot is once you extend past those last trees you can see, you hit the fairway of the golf green, or of the golf fairway, and low grass, and there's a lot of potential for skip. That's what Kona's going for here, and look at this shot.
Perfect.
Wow.
Couldn't draw it up any better.
That's,
If you don't have to putt, you're happy.
she'll just have to watch out that she doesn't hit her head.
Yeah,
When
for
she-
real.
Leans over to put that putt in.
And I'm, again, playing that fast, low line and get the skips that I need right into the circle.
Zoe has watched the path, and she likes it. She sends this one up the middle.
Just pure. I mean,
Wow.
she put the perfect amount of height on it. Didn't even need the skip.
Great drives from Kona and Zoe, and then Erika just tries to ring up a birdie from over on the left side.
So, similar putt to yesterday, just tailwind, a little bit inside the circle, and
Bang,
happy
bang.
to get it again.
We like to see the putter was working for Missy Gannon all weekend long, and this hole was no exception.
And so we just, again, easy birdie. Erika with a par after hitting an early tree. No harm, no foul, and
Kona likes that.
Kona with the easiest birdie of all of us.
Going in to get some momentum on the next par 4, hole 7. We've got double Mandos on the right side of the fairway to keep the players in the trees, and attacking this sort of tricky green, which has a OB
Definitely.
sidewalk behind it. So you have to be careful with your speed control. You also have to get a little bit of luck because there's a lot of roots on this hole, and just generally kind of chaos down here by the green.
Yeah, it's it's all about getting that drive long enough down the first initial part of the fairway in order to give you the most open look to this pretty guarded green.
You found a nice path to the basket on round 1.
Yeah, I kind of had to just make something work.
All right, Kona lines up her backhand, and she's right into the landing area.
Yep.
She'll have plenty of real estate to work with there. Here you are.
Just trying to miss those branches, maybe tickle them a little bit. So I'm shorter than I usually want to be.
A
But
little bit right, but not enough that it's really going to be too pinched off by that right side mandatory. Zoe heisering a little bit more than Kona.
But she has all the distance and is well down there. She even kind of pushed the trees in the back.
Yeah, she actually made it out almost to the left side fairway, which opens up the left side, which is in bounds as long as you get back in when that sidewalk comes into play.
Yeah.
So she's still going up the middle, but you can see she had a nice wide window on that side.
Yep. A little low, got caught up a little short. I'm normally could go that left route, but then I'm conceding the 4. And I was just like, you know what? I like playing in the woods. I'm going to play this right side and give myself a chance for a birdie.
This was a great shot. I remember this one.
I am so happy that this worked out because it was a tough commitment to make. But
You'll be looking at an inside circle 1 putt for your birdie, nestled up at the base of the tree. Gutsy play, and it paid off.
Yeah.
Kona, sensing the moment, also threads the needle,
Yeah.
and she's up on the green.
Just inside the circle, about pin high.
Really fun seeing these lines shaped approaching this green. Erika
With one of the more open looks where her drive ended up, and she was wanting it to turn over a little bit and flex back, so she's a little straighter, and she'll have some obstruction for the putt, but she's right around circle's edge.
Zoe with her bid, leaves her with the easy putt.
Ooh,
Off the cage for Erika.
great bid.
All right, here's Kona for her 3.
Yeah, about 28 feet.
Super putt there.
Yes.
Puts it in the basket. And the fist pump.
Oh, yeah.
Starting to get a little momentum there going.
Yep.
Here you are. Again, this came to rest right at the base of that tree. And a little 20-footer, no problem.
Yep. First straddle putt of the day, but straddles aren't a problem for me. I practice them almost just as much as my regular putts.
It's really nice to have both options. Again, with footing and wooded courses, you never know what kind of look you're going to have at the basket. And Zoe easily puts in her par.
Yeah, all around well played from this card. 2 birdies, 2 pars. It's a great hole. Love the shot shapes.
Definitely a cool hole. All right, stepping up to par 4, hole 8, one of the shorter par 4s, technical still. Not a lot of OB here, but you've got these trees to contend with all the way down the fairway.
Yeah, there's a Mando pretty close to the tee. Doesn't really come into play, but you never know about a tree kick or anything. But yeah, it's really all about navigating that final big bushy tree that provides a pretty low ceiling.
All right, throwing through the big hand-eye arch. Kona Panis flexing towards that large tree in the middle, and she kicks left off of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's like the one thing. You either want to go right of it with a flex back or just left of it with a more straight shot.
And then you lean into this one and get a nice push forward.
Yeah, this is the farthest I'd ever been. And
Got me.
Yeah.
I can't even find the Frisbee. It's so far. All right, Zoe liked the look of that, so she's going to try and flex one similar to you. Heisering, but it does flip over.
Yeah, a little bit
tree.
more of a touchy disc, I think. She definitely put that on a lot of hyzer. Knew it was going to flip up to flat and ride right. But she's out in the open over on the right. Not too bad.
Erika leaning into one, and she kind of pushes over to where you were yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's relatively easy up and down for the 3 there.
Yeah.
More room on the left side of this approach. As you can see, the bushy tree we were talking about, and just more of this low ceiling that you deal with in the middle to right side of the fairway.
Yeah, Zoe gets a nice skip.
Kona working the forehand, and it pushes towards the basket. It's a great shot. As you can see, she parked for about a 10 to 12 footer.
Yeah, so I'm under the big bushy trees, so should be pretty easy, and just gotta like have it low enough and get some skip. But honestly, I juiced it a little bit, but I should be fine from inside the circle.
Yeah, you knew you had to get enough ground play, so you need to put the spin on it, and then it kind of got a little excited. But again, the putter has been working. It's all warmed up at this point.
Yeah, so after that, I have the longest birdie bid of the whole card, which is awesome to see that we all have birdie opportunities and pretty much guaranteed for some of my card mates. And that I tried to get us started, grab that birdie, and hopefully we can all grab it.
That's the change we like to see in the world.
Yeah.
And there's Erika with her bird. Just see Erika strike one up there. Her second birdie of the round. And here comes Kona, who's on a little bit of a hot streak now for her turkey. And fourth birdie of the round.
There we go.
Bang. All right, so she's starting to get the flow of it. We're moving into hole 9. It's a long one. We're going to watch Zoe take her time here. You can see the wind still shifting around here on day 2.
Yeah, I mean, Zoe's just one of the best putters on tour, and that was never going to be a problem. So 4 birdies, man.
Wow,
We had
star
a star
birdie.
frame. That always feels good. It almost feels like it doesn't happen enough, but yeah, love to see that.
Absolutely. Shake those chains.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Hole 9, the final 9 of this front 9 coverage of OTB Open Round 2 FPO Chase Card coverage. Thanks again for watching. We've got the golf green on the left, testing you on your drive. Most players extending out to the right side of those large, tall trees to avoid this pond and play up the right side fairway.
Yeah, it's a very long hole. It's we can definitely birdie this hole, but it's going to take a big drive off the tee, and then you have to make a decision on whether or not you're going to tack over the pond or go around. But
it's a long hole, but luckily, as you were mentioning yesterday, when you get to that green area, you get to kind of give it a run because of the backstop behind the pin.
Definitely.
All right, Kona gets that a little bit turned over in the wind, and she'll be able to work with that.
Yeah, she's looking for that. She can probably get pretty close to the pond.
Her distance is going to definitely help her out on this hole.
Yeah, I usually just keep it a little lower, just try to get past that golf green, and then just kind of make a decision from there and see what I got.
Is that kind of downslope going to affect your shot at all? Are you worried about that, and you'd rather be on the flat there below the green?
I think so. I think it just depends on what my plan is, whether I'm going to go for the pond.
Because
or,
if you need the max power over the pond at that point,
yeah,
it's a little trickier. Now we see Zoe extend across the golf green similar to how Holland Hanley did in our coverage of round 1. So she'll have a decision to go over the water or not on her second shot. Erika kind of follows your line, a little more of a spike hyzer, which avoids that OB golf green.
Yeah. And Erika is a bit too far back to attack over the pond, so she is definitely going to play that right side, just trying to throw a hyzer up there and get as far as possible.
Nice, powerful shot there, and she just talks to it and gets to go where she wants to. That's nice.
And then Kona just being so far right already, it makes more sense to hit that right side and just get as close to the pond.
All right, so here we are. I'm going to go for the layup here. Nope, you're just going to extend out to that right side fairway as well.
Yeah, I wanted to definitely push that pond a little bit more and maybe try to bite off some more distance, but...
You see a cart path there, but it's a casual cart path.
Right, yeah.
Now, this was a huge moment, I remember, for Zoe. She was debating for a while whether or not she thought she could clear the water.
Yeah.
And then ultimately read the wind beautifully and had a brilliant shot.
I had no problem. I mean, she had all of the distance in the world.
He must have cleared it by 60 to 80 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Erika working from that second shot position, just putting it up in the fairway.
Yep.
Similar to your strategy, is just trying to bite off as much as we can here.
Right.
Setting up for that attack on the fourth shot. All right. Kona also utilizing that right side fairway, trying to avoid the tree, and does.
Oh, yeah. She got well up there, and that was almost a pure hyzer.
Just a smash.
Bomb.
All right.
So honestly, Zoe is not even where she thought she would be after 2, but she put herself in a great position to attack
And look
for
at
a
this.
potential birdie.
Great birdie look from there, just outside of circle 1 after the 3rd shot. Here's Erika with her 4th shot.
Yep, just playing a nice gentle hyzer into this green. She's not really thinking about throwing it in or anything. She's just trying to get it close.
And she's easily in the circle. Now, are you attacking here?
I mean,
You have to, right?
yeah, I definitely didn't execute, but I was thinking oh, I can give this a bid.
All right. I'm sure Kona is thinking the same thing coming off of 3 birdies. And she leaves it a little left.
Yeah,
but
you can kind of
it's
see
a
there
putt.
is a right to left wind, so that was going to have a hard time kind of getting back to the right, but inside the circle. But
And
let's
Zoe
talk about
with a monster
this.
birdie.
She called herself a grandma and said, "Hey, even grandma could get this hole." And she's not that old, but I understand what she's saying. It was awesome to just see any
That was
of us
awesome.
get this
And that
hole.
puts her 4 down on this front 9,
Yeah,
which
she's-
is a great score.
She's feeling great.
Kona with a kind of a difficult putt there with the headwind.
Trying to
And it
keep
just-
that putter hot,
It
though.
just pushes off to the right side.
Yeah.
You just put that one in the bucket.
Happy with my par.
Here's Erika for her par. There's another example. You see the shifting flags. They'll be still, and then all of a sudden there's a gust, and you have a tailwind, and then all of a sudden there's another gust, and
Yeah.
we're known as the Windjammers here in Stockton, and we do jam it. All right, moving on. That was hole 9. That was the front 9. Round 2. We're halfway home. Missy, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was great. And you could see Zoe's just having a great time out here. She's already carded 4 birdies on the day, getting herself to 4 down. Kona's not too far behind, also with 4 birdies. Did end with a bogey, but that's okay. And I'm finding my way back, and so is Erika.
That's right. So we hope you find your way back for the back 9 of round 2. We'll have Missy Gannon back, and we'll be checking out the golf. Stay tuned.